This is Smithsonian's American History, a visual encyclopedia. Virtually every page of this encyclopedia is splashed with color, even the table of contents, from the first indigenous peoples of 1000 AD all the way to about 2023 with President Joe Biden. I can't say enough about the beauty of this book, the presentation, the pictures, the paintings, the portraits, the layouts. It is absolutely fantastic. The beginning of the book goes right to the beginning of history in this part of the globe with the indigenous people, the first Americans. Exploration and conquest. Skipping ahead, discussion about the colonies. What was life like in the early colonial period of the early to mid 1700s? The emergence of slavery. A clash of empires between indigenous peoples and the white Europeans constituting the developing colonies. The creating of a new nation, the tensions between the British Crown and the American colonies, the road to rebellion, the Boston Massacre as pictured here, Lexington and Concord, this is Bunker Hill, the declaring of independence. Skipping further ahead, Manifest Destiny, North and South drift apart, Southern plantation life. There's Douglas and Lincoln debating in 1858. The book gives a fantastic overview of American history, so you'll be ready to read more deeply on any single part of American history once you're done going through this book. That was one of the big things it did for me. America becomes a world power. 1930s, the end of isolation, where we declared war against Japan. There's Pearl Harbor. Civil rights, Dr. King. Counterculture. This does an excellent job of covering technological developments and cultural expansion in the United States. The Reagan Revolution. And the book takes you through 9/11, through the Bush and Obama years. President Trump is in here. And it goes right up to 2023. As you can see, the paintings, the pictures, the portraits, the presentations, the color, it just brings American history to life, and I really like it. However, that doesn't mean the book is perfect. For one, I was put off by the negative portrayal of religion. You never hardly saw a picture of how religion really shaped the views of the founding fathers. You never heard about the Great Awakening, Jonathan Edwards, the greatest American theologian ever, and how the liberty people experienced in Christ during the Great Awakening led to having that same desire in the political realm when they were having their struggles with the British Crown. You heard nothing about that. You heard nothing about Billy Graham and his great 20th century ministry, bringing the gospel of Christ to the masses, both here and all around the world. It's like it never happened. The only time you ever hear about religion is how strict the Puritans were, and the Salem witch trials, the cults like the Branch Davidians in 1993, and the fire and the burning of the compound. The book makes religious people out to be wacko nuts, and I think that is such a wrong portrayal of religion. And another thing I noticed that I wish would be better is that the more recent history, the last 25 years, you get a much more liberal perspective on that. You know, Joe Biden was a great president. COVID vaccines worked well. Trump didn't do anything good. Yeah, that kind of thing. I wish for a little more balance with the recent history. But I can overlook the stuff that I disagree with and still recommend the book as a great entryway for young people and adults into the rich history of the United States of America. This has been Books with Mark. You take care. Bye-bye.